Mm. Oh my God. I can't believe that. It's just finished Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1 at Stamford Bridge. Mm. Good weekend, I guess. We're not here to talk about them. I'm sure other channels are available. But we're here to talk about Arsenal, West Ham that happened earlier on before this game. And Arsenal beat West Ham United 2-0 at the Emirates today. And yeah, it was a day where the fans, I believe, got what everyone wanted. Um, because West Ham are where they are right now, I'm sure some people thought, like, coming into this game that we were going to, breeze through West Ham and just kind of like, slap them 5-0, 6-0, whatever, because they're having a torrid time. But then they've got a new manager, and it's Nuno. Nuno knows how to play against us. And, even at Nottingham Forest, it was never, a walkover with him, or even when he was at Wolves, at Tottenham, anywhere he's been, like, he actually knows how to play against us. Just sort of like Eddie Howe as well. But, yeah, so today it wasn't, the, 5-6-0 that we expected, but still a good game. It was a midfield that, we... So, well, let me speak for myself. It was a midfield that I'd been wanting to see, and I sort of advocated for after the last game against Olympiacos, considering Martin Odegaard was fit. But let's get into the starting lineup real quick, just to let you know who was in there today. David Raya was in goal, Uran Timber right back, and then William Saliba right centre half. Gabriel Magalhaes, left centre half, and left back today, Calafiori. Great, like the guy has taken over this left back position, and it's like because I was such a big fan of Miles Lewis Kelly, still am a big fan of Miles Lewis Kelly, but then Calafiori's proven a point. It's proven a point why he gets the nod ahead of anyone else. Then again, Hincapie is injured now, but, can't wait to see what he offers as well. Then in the middle of the park is where things are getting interesting because it was Declan Rice as our number 6 today. And then Odegaard and Eze. 2 10s. Eze and Odegaard. Beautiful. Up front, Bukayo Saka on the right. Gyökeres, regular center forward now, and then Leandro Trossard on the left, but that's the only part where you just think like, why that left side, is just still not looking that great. We'll wait and see till January anyway, because for me, I have a candidate, and I would love to see this guy in that Arsenal shirt, and it's Semenyo that plays for Bournemouth. I think if this guy actually got into the Arsenal team, what a build. That will be incredible. And there've been like links to him, but you just never know until the window opens and then we actually know what's going on. So starting lineup looking good, middle of the park looking good. And then, game starts. But then there's a part where the camera kind of like, stops on Mikel. And Mikel is starting to grow grey hair, finally. I think I'm same age as Mikel. And I've been having grey hair for like the last 8, maybe not up to 8, but then about 6 years or so. And his hair is always like, charcoal black, like, just dark and just never getting any single grey. But then, he's getting some grey. Some of that wisdom is coming in, and you can see it in his approach every game now. I think he's got the experience he's needed from the past seasons, and now he's just ready to go. So that's why I'm fully behind this guy, fully behind him. So, no questions about my loyalty to the club. All the gaffer right now and my captain, everything, is just going accordingly, just exactly, just the way it's supposed to be, the way it is. But yeah, game starts, Arsenal looking good, just what you expected, fluid movement, beautiful football to watch. And then at some point, I think it was around the 12th minute, the miss of the season so far. Eze, ball lands in front of him. You know, there's a bit of a scuffle going on. Yokerez, and I can't remember who else was there. Maybe Timber or something. And then the ball falls to Eze. And he's right there, maybe like, just 3 yards away from goal. And you're thinking like easy tap in for him. Then again, he only had like the roof of the net to aim for. And he was trying to put it up there, and he just miscalculated, and it went over the bar. It was just like it was a big miss. Even Trossard had like his hand like, I can't believe you missed that. Even Eze, his natural reaction sometimes like he can't believe he missed certain chances, and that was the same thing today. But yeah, he missed that still. Arsenal looking good. But then, just another setback for Martin Odegaard. And I would love to dedicate this particular, post-match, video or whatever it is, a commentary, whatever this is, to Martin Odegaard, because I felt his pain. Even when he was walking off, I could feel his pain. When you've just been like, bad luck just been coming your way and everything, and you're just like, oh man, I can't catch a break. We all get there sometimes, and you're like, can't catch a break. And just now peaking, he's fit. The guy is fit. He's always pressing. That's our number one presser. Pressure. Any team feels that pressure from him. So he's our first line of defense. With Saka and all the other guys contributing. But Odegaard is, press master. And he's fit, but then it's just like these innocuous injuries that just keep coming from, all sorts. Is his shoulder landing awkwardly, then it was the same shoulder, and then today it's just a coming together of knees. And I'm sure we've all had that, or some of us that, even if you're not an athlete, sometimes if you're running or you're just doing something fun and there's a coming together, especially when two knees collide, it can be painful. It could literally wind you, and you think like, oh my God, I'm about to die. Like, what's this feeling? It's a whole body rush. And it seems like one of those, and it takes a while to kind of shake it off. But because he kept trying to put pressure on there, so hopefully didn't tweak something or just aggravate like the whole situation. So, just want to wish him well. It's devastating. So my thoughts are with him, and anyone else, please just put a comment, just put your thoughts, whatever, or that energy. You don't need to comment, but just give him some positive energy, to kind of heal and accept, that he's going to get back stronger. Your setbacks only make you better. So moving on in the game, I just wanted to say a little something for Odegaard, but then who stepped up? Declan Rice. Man of the match for me. Man of the match. He's been man of so many matches for me, and I just can't count anymore. This guy is just my favorite guy, man, at the club. He's the warrior. He's the soldier. He's the energy we've needed for the longest time. We've been asking for, like, we need a leader in there. We need someone that is just going to get us over the line. And that's what he's taken on. He may not have the captain armband, like some people want to suggest or make a big deal out of it. But then this guy, he's the enforcer. He's the guy. He's the one that understands what it means to play for Arsenal. He plays with his heart, and everything he gives it right there. And his everything is a lot, and he can give more. And if he can give more, he wants to give more. So big up Declan Rice. His goal came like in the 37th minute, similar to Eze's, opportunity. In fact, you could even say his was a little bit more, further back from goal. I think he had he probably was at least like maybe 8 or to 10 yards away from goal. But then, just the technique, everything, puts it in the roof of the net as well. Just great finish. And, but then I think Eze was the one that, tried a shot on first, and then the keeper saved it. If the keeper hadn't saved it, it was definitely going in. But, keeper saved it, and it just, bounced right in front of Declan Rice. Technique, No question about it. It's guy's world class. So what do you expect? Then yeah, halftime. Right after halftime, Calafiori had a good chance, hit the woodwork, good connect. Good because I think it was a loose ball, and he hit it on the first volley and just went off the woodwork, rebounded off the keeper, but then just kind of spun off, across the face of goal. And it was one of those that could easily bounce back into the net. And before any player could get to it, the West Ham defender was already on point. I don't know if it was Mavropanos that got to it. A former Arsenal player who was really, good for West Ham today, if I may say so. But yeah, after the chance from Calafiori, just good football. Second half, Eze was controlling things, and you can see. So now it's not a case of Eze over Odegaard. Eze was controlling things, keeping things ticking, and great control from him. There was one loose ball, up in the air. He brings it down, kept the game ticking. Odegaard is different. Odegaard has got skill and keeps keeping the game ticking as well. Keeps the game ticking. And his connection on the right is because of that chemistry with Saka. I believe if we get someone like a Semenyo on the left and Odegaard connects with him, and be dexterity for the team, it's just going to be beautiful. So the club, I beg, get Semenyo this January. Yeah, but I think in the 64th minute, that's when the penalty came. But let's talk about what led to the penalty, and then we're done here. Great ball from Zubimendi, peach of a ball from Zubimendi. Then the control from Urian Timber. This guy goes unnoticed. Like, he's also my other favorite player, just because of. But then he does his thing quietly. Declan does his thing quietly as well. But then there's a way Timber just, he's just there, and he's just also an enforcer. He's a leader. These are leaders we have everywhere, and we haven't even mentioned Gabriel as a leader. We haven't mentioned the young leaders coming on. Wanyeri, that is a leader. MLS leader, even Calafiori himself. I get it with Calafiori now. Like, that's why, like, anytime I'm talking about the starting lineup and I mention Calafiori, I'm like, because this guy, he's been winning me over, especially last season when he scored that goal against Manchester City at the Etihad. This guy still, it's almost like we didn't get the best of him last season, and he's just showing us everything he's about this season, and I'm a big fan. Leader, Saka, leader. Gyökeres, fighter, wants to be a leader. He's fresh, brand new, but you can see that energy. All of them. Man, and people want to talk bad about my club. Anyway, back to Urian Timber's control. Sorry, I went off on a rant there. Apologies. Urian Timber, the control from this guy to bring the ball and then, spin. Sorry, the way he spins on the ball. And then the West Ham defender, Diouf, had no chance but to bring him down, even though it kind of started from outside the box. But by the time he brought him down, or Urian Timber actually went down, he was already inside the box. And there was a trailing leg also right in front of Timber that tripped him. So, penalty all day. And it makes up for, that penalty that we didn't get earlier on, which I'm not going to speak about. Let's forget that penalty, the incident that happened at Newcastle. But so Saka steps up. It's his 200th game for the club. I thought Gyökeres was going to take it, but then Saka stepping up, it was understandable, and slots it right home. It's Saka, man. It's almost like last season, everything we're talking about was Saka, Saka, Saka. This season, we're talking about everybody, including the manager. Beautiful times. Anyway, time to shut off. It's gone way over time. Great game of football. Arsenal win 2-0, top of the league, with Liverpool just losing right now to Chelsea. Subscribe to the channel, like if you like, leave a comment for Martin Odegaard, please, and just wishing you all peace and love. Come on, you Gunners.